Okay, welcome back to turn 14:45 or 2:45 p.m. we have the German tanks lining up to attack over here into the British left flank, trying to get off the board. The Italians are back here trying to recover, getting their command structure back in shape after some pretty harsh 25-pound bombardment fire on them, as well as mortars from the forward line. British are struggling here a little bit to figure out a defensive for this. They'll just keep hitting them as much as they can, but that might not be enough to hold them out there. So let's get on with the turn. We'll start with the initiative. The German Italians have a base of 4. The British have a base of 3. So the Germans and Italians get 1, so that's 5, and the British get 3 plus 3 is 6. So actually the British get the first move. Ooh, that's a little bit interesting here for the British, because they can actually do the first move. Wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. We've got these guys over here about to dig in. We've got our 25-pounders that could fire, but they're on 2, 3, 4, 5, just short of the German tanks. Same thing over there. So the question is, what do we do first? I could try to pin the Capitano down here a little bit. He's a tough one though. 10 morale. It's a tough one to try to pin down. These guys over here are they're going to be attacked. There's no two ways around it. I could get these guys into better defensive positions from these guys, which may be the best option at the moment. So let's go with that. Being a little defensive with the British. They're going to just dive in. They're going to dive into the completed foxholes, and that'll be that. Okay. Moving on to the Italians and Germans now. Let's see. So these guys could activate them to go after them. I think we want to get the Capitano moving. Got to keep these guys moving forward, because we're on our 7th turn. So Capitano is going to activate. Everybody within his range is going to move. He can also activate the Tenente to try to recover. So everybody's moving. Let's see how it goes here. So let's go with the Tenente first, try to recover. He is an 8, needs a 7 or less. Does not get it. He's staying put. So now, I think we'll take the machine guns, and they will go 1, 2 into here. Now they're out of range. Now the mortars can self-spot and try to go after that unit that's moving. It's bombardment fire 16. Let's be a straight 16. But they're self-spotting, sorry. So that'll move them up to 24. I'm going to hold on that. We may go after the Capitano with that. So he successfully moves up to there. Motorcycles. This is a tough one because he can activate and get way up here, but he'll be stuck because these guys are still in there, and he is probably just going to move to... Alright, well, let's move them. So they're going to move 2, downhill 4, 6, 8, 10. And they'll stop. There's no opportunity fire. Everybody's out of range, except the mortars. They're not going to fire. Now we've got these 2 units. So he's actually going to move, get him out of there. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 to provide fire support against them, just in case they get a little itchy. He's going to be out of range of the leadership, but that'll be okay for the short term. Alright, now these guys. So we'll take him first. 1, 2, 3 to there. Again, no firing because he's just a 3. Everybody else is out of range. And now the Capitano. They're going to go 1 to there. 2 to there. Now the mortars are going to fire at them. So it's self-spotting. It's on the 22. It starts on the 16, goes up to the 21, I should say. 7. That's a miss. So the mortars miss on their attempted attack. And then they'll stop there. They're good to try to keep everybody moving along. Alright, so that's their activation. Back over to the British. And the British, tough situation here, tough situation. Don't want to use these yet. These tanks are, it's holding off the tanks there a little bit. They're good AT fire. Can put a little bit of a scare into them. So these guys really don't want to fire either. No movement. He can't move up because he's not ordered by anybody. So let's actually get the captain over here doing something. He'll activate both units. He's actually going to take a step back. 2 to there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that gets him out of range for now. The captain and his infantry. They will go 1, 2. You could actually get a shot at him. Moving long range, so beat straight 7. That means they could advance over there unimpeded, but there's plenty of firepower over there. Alright, he'll take a long range shot at him. So that's going to be 7 for firepower. So that starts him on the 7 column. 1 for moving, opportunity fire. And then long range is a -1, so it winds up just being a straight 7 column. 5. That is a morale check. So the captain is a 9. Oh, unexpected. He disrupts. And the unit is an 8. They demoralize. That long range machine guns really put a dent in them. So that's interesting. So that takes care of that. That's their second. Now to the second of the Italians. I think the Italians need to capitalize on that somehow. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just out of range. Alright, we'll have to use our artillery on there. Spotted by our very good captain over here. So that'll be 14 plus 8 is 22. Right there is 14 plus 8. So he's on the 21 column. No cell spotting, no helping, nothing else special, so on the 21 column. Oh, that's a hit. That is a hit. 21 M2. Ooh, this is not looking good for that British unit and captain. So 22. Captain is disrupted. It's an M2. He is okay. This is the tricky one. He is demoralized, so he goes down to a 7 with +2. So he gets a 9, 11. So he actually takes a step loss. Step loss on them. So we'll just record that. It's the first casualties. So they are back in there like that. And back over there. Alright. So that was the artillery back here. Alright, so that's the second. Third activation for the British. It's not good. It's not good. That's going to keep him kind of pinned. There's nothing really to fire over here. We've got the guns. Capitano's over here. He is tough. I could put... He could spot. So that's going to be +1. That'd be 30 on the captain. Be 30 on the captain. If we do these guys on him, or that hex, that would be 30. That would be on the 13 plus 13 is 26. So it would be in the 21 column. Shift for his special abilities, make it up to the 30. I think they've got to go with it. They've got to try to pin them down some more. So these guys are going to take a shot at the captain on the 30 column. Got a result, so that is M2. Alright. M2 on the captain's hex. So the captain is a 10 with a +2. Ooh, just barely makes it. Now, this is where his ability comes in. He gets a morale bonus of 2. So the first unit underneath them will be 7 plus 2 is 9 with a +2 on the dice. And they're fine. Second unit, the one that didn't move, underneath them, same thing. They're going to be a 9 with a +2. 7 plus 2 is 9, so they're good as well. Okay, so the British get a hit. He fired, so actually he gets a point for directing the fire. Alright. And let me go on to the third turn and final activation before fog of war. Okay, so I think gotta get, let's try to get the Capiano here going and this unit going. So he's a 7. They need a 6 or less. He got a 6. He's back in good shape. They are also a 7. They need a 6 or less. And they're also in good shape. Alright, so the command structures. The Italians is shaking off these early strikes. And now that gets us into fog of war. No fog of war. Back over to the British. Well, let's see, what can the British do here? Not much. Those guys don't have leadership. One, two, three. He could move up. These guys can't, though. It's disrupted. Alright, it's becoming a little critical that we get people moving. Alright, he's going to activate, move. He's going to take one step forward without the leader. That's going to trigger this second opportunity fire. It's a little dangerous, but got to do it. So that's going to be 7 firing at him on the 7 column. It's got a 1 shift for opportunity fire. Now they are 3 or more away. Okay, so they're going to get the -1. So it's just going to be on the 7 column. And the 7 is a miss. That's a miss. So he made it into there, and they're going to stop right there. This gives them a little bit of range to hit these guys. Now, the leader, unfortunately, has to go back. Try to get people moving here. Okay, he's going to go back 1, 2, 3. In with the mortars. Okay. That'll help a little bit. Alright, so fog of war. No fog. Back to the Italians. Let's get the major moving here, hopefully. Well, you can actually activate his stack. But we can't activate them. Just checking there. There's another leader right there. Okay. Major's going to activate his units under them. They're all going to move. These guys are actually going to move and go 1, 2, 3. They'll go 2, 4, and then downhill makes 6, and into there makes 8. No, back up. I'm going to stop right there. Sorry. Command is a key thing within here if you haven't comprehended or haven't seen that before. Major is going to try to recover. He is a 9 and needs an 8 and gets it. So the Major's back in good shape. Right. Fog of war. Okay. British. British have a tough situation. I think this HMG is going to take a little bit of desperate move and self-activate, and dig in. I'll lose their ability, but it may help in the long run. Okay, now over to the Italians. Ooh, the Capiano over here is going to activate his gun and spot the mortars. He's in there as well, but spotted by the Capitano over here. So it's going to be 8 for mortars. And they're also firing at mortars, so it's a +1. Goes up to the 12 column. So, yeah. Oh, 11. M1. Okay, now our leader's there as well, so he's a 9 with +1. He's okay. Then he can actually help. He's a +1 morale. So they will now both be 9s with a +1 on the dice. First one, oh, disrupted. Second one is okay. So we've got 1 unit that's disrupted. 1 unit that's disrupted, okay. I still have some capabilities to outfire. Fuzzy War. Oh, that's it. Well, that was interesting, because the German tanks did not get a chance to move and fire. This gamble paid off, digging in. They're partially dug in. Hopefully they can hold out. But that's the end of the 14:45 turn, or 2:45 p.m. turn. So that was kind of to the advantage of the British, as the tanks did not get a chance to activate. But the Italians did recover and do some damage back to the British, namely the mortars, and even bigger, the captain and the unit with him losing a step and being demoralized. Also, they recovered their command structure. The major recovered, as well as another Capitano down here. There's one Tenente that's still stuck, but that's okay. Hopefully he'll get moving. And then we have one Capitano, our good Capitano, keep them moving. So in general, kind of a balanced turn for each side. But that's the end of 14:45. We will see you for the next one, which will be the 3 p.m. or 1500 turn shortly.